the woman that you choose is the most important decision in the world.
In the world.
I've seen professional footballers, athletes, things happen, women setting them up, and I'm like, Eve, now as I've gotten older, as men, the woman that you choose to be with is
the biggest decision.
The biggest decision.
Folk got there, hit his shit.
People always say, oh, communicate. Sometimes there's over communication in a marriage. When there's over communication, there's some things. For example, if say, I always say, if somebody hits on you on the way, and maybe your girlfriend knows this person, you already sorted it out, right? You already told them, I'm married, or I am engaged, or I have a girlfriend, please leave it alone. Well, you need to make a decision. Am I going to tell my girlfriend this? So that's up to you. Do you think you should? What are you going to get from telling her? Or because sometimes people say, oh, you know what, so your friend so-and-so was hitting on me. Sometimes they say it just because they want to feel good about themselves. I just want to tell you I'm still a catch. What is your intention for telling your spouse? Right? Because there must be a reason. Are you telling him because you want him to know? Are you telling him to go and fight? Are you telling him because if you already told this person, keep off, and the person kept off, what are you saying? What are you doing? Over communication. So there's sometimes over communication in a relationship that is not helpful. Communication is very important in a relationship. We need to know what other people think, but we don't need to know what they think at all times. We don't own them. We need to know what their plans are. If their plans affect me, absolutely. I always need to know where my husband is, not because I want to police mark him. Why do I need to know? I need to know because he's in danger. And he knows I need to know. So if he thinks he will give me a call and say, Gift, I'm running late. If he doesn't tell me the reason, he's not told me. The reason why he's not told me. If he comes home and I said, oh, where were you? He'll always tell me, oh, Akun, my phone died. How do you know? Maybe his phone died. Or maybe he's in a place where he cannot talk. Or maybe he's just forgotten time. Give him time to explain. Don't over-communicate.
I just want to go back what you said earlier because it's so true. You know, before when I was younger, I used to think, like, how can I just be with one woman? Like,
the
you know,
whole of my life.
You know what I'm saying? I used to think that, like, how can I just be with one woman all of my life? That's crazy. There's so many, you know, I walk on the street, and as I've gotten older, like, I see the value, even in terms of long-term thinking, the relationship we have, what we're doing, what we're trying to build. So nowadays, like, I could be walking in the gym, walking on the street, I'll see a beautiful girl,
Absolutely.
and I look, but then, I was telling my friend this, exactly what you said. I'll look, and like, for some reason, something will come in my head. It'll be like, Eve, you know what's crazy? That girl probably has her own problems, probably has this. The grass is never green on the other side. You know, and it's so true. And it's so true to the point where it's like, I'm even very protective of my energy now. Whoever you are, I'm very protective of, like, who I'm being around. And so many men today, you see a beautiful girl, and just because she's so fine, she's so beautiful, that sinks you in. And this person, like you said, maybe there was no father in the home, or this person comes with so many things, but because you see she's beautiful, or the sex is good, or whatever, that sinks you in. And that's what I want to start telling men of nowadays. Like, like, I've seen this, and I see this, like, today. The woman that you choose is the most important decision in the world.
In the world.
I've seen professional footballers, athletes, things happen, women setting them up, and I'm like, Eve, now as I've gotten older, as men, you need to be, the woman that you choose to be with is the most decision you could ever do.
The biggest decision.
The biggest decision.
Yeah.
And like you said,
you don't always have to, like, you know, for example, you've come to my house, you've seen this TV, and you probably seen, oh, I'd like to have that TV. You don't have to go and buy it. You may not be able to afford it. Do you understand what I mean? But then when it comes to physical attraction, we always think, yes, we have to react to it. And I'm like, you're not a dog. You're not a dog. You don't have to always react to a physical attraction. Because, like I said, physical attraction is very funny. Because one of the days you're going to be looking at the same woman that you left your wife for, that you're now living with, and you're thinking, wow, what happened to her face? What happened to her this? And like you've just completely nailed it when you say, you don't know what baggage that woman brings home.
Yeah. Sometimes even the most beautiful are the ones with the biggest ones.
You have no idea. But then also, another thing about marriage is, so one, there's something brought you together. You can communicate, just measure your communication. And then number two, space. In our current relationship, because of the mobile phone and everything else, we want to know where our spouses are 24/7. You know, that is one of the things that gave me such trouble when I first came to Australia. Because when I was in Kenya, my husband...
Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but I got some exciting news for you. If you're like us here at the Rubasha Family podcast, and like myself, we all about drink, we all about traveling in style. Now this video is brought to you by Booking.com. Now we all know when it comes to holidays, when it comes to choosing a destination and having the best extensive information and flexibility, Booking.com are gonna do it for you. We've been able to plan so many holidays with our family, our friends, bringing love, bringing joy, bringing inspiration. Life is so precious, life is so joyful, and you always wanna do things with style. You always wanna do things with such confidence and joy that you don't wanna miss out. When it comes to looking for amazing accommodation, hotels, whatever it is, Booking.com is the place to go. I personally experienced it, and it's all about giving value and service to people's lives. Click the link in the description. You don't wanna miss out on that. And let's get back to the video.
Had his life at daytime. We met in the house, and we didn't have a mobile phone. But if you ask me, where's George, I'll tell you, oh, he's in this pub now. Or what time is it? Oh, 5 o'clock, he's now moving. I would know. I knew his movements. We didn't have a mobile phone. But I knew from him conversing with me. And then I know what he was, and then he would tell me, I'll be at this place, I will so-and-so, or we will so-and-so at this time. But now we want to know 24/7 what our spouses are doing. We want to know, where are you? When are you coming home? There's something called me time. Every woman needs a me time. Every man needs a me time. Just before we wrap up, and I think this is something that is very important to me, for me to say to the black woman, for example, and this is black woman, I always say this wherever I go to the black woman, that we need to get rid of the myth of the strong, black and no cracking woman. Because honey, the outside may not be cracking, the inside cracks so badly. We need to get rid of that. We need to understand that we don't have to sweat small things. Look after, where are you going? Who are you with? Because men are by nature hunters, and they will congregate together at one point or the other. They're not necessarily doing a wrong thing, or saying bad things about you, or sharing your family secrets. They're just socializing. That's acceptable.
I love it. This has been and one thing to add on that, also something I've also learned, you know, and I'm going through things getting older, I've also learned to also keep people out of my relationship. And what I mean by that is not to tell people things. Before, maybe I might tell someone, but then I saw, you know what, like something can happen, and then I learned certain things to keep to myself. Now I can come to someone like you, like a mentor, someone, let's say even like my father, when he gives me advice, it's more advice from, like, I don't know, he's like a mentor in a way. You know, he can just give me, you know, be calm, or, you know, something like from that type of, but I also learned to not bring people in my relationship, and it's work.
Choose who to bring in your relationship.
Yeah,
because there's a saying that pair of scissors, you know how they cross each other? All you have to do is come in between them and they cut you into two, but they will never cut each other. That's relationship. Husband and wife will be pair of scissors. They will cross each other. They don't cut each other until you come in between them and you get cut. And then you said, you called me, and you said, no, they didn't. You came yourself. Choose who you bring in your relationship. That's a really, really important thing. And choose what you share with other people. That's really important thing.
Yeah.
And remember what I told you before, when you're sharing information, what is your intention? That's important.
Yeah, because you don't even need to. I like how you also said that. I saw another rapper, he was saying, like, he said, you know, sometimes like they're in the studio, for example, and then a friend of his invites other girls. Obviously, he said, I'm not doing anything, but he said, I don't need to go and tell my wife that. What's the point of me going and telling? Of course, me, you know, deep down, if you know what you're doing, you're focused, you're making music or whatever, but certain things, it's true, certain things, if a girl comes and hits on me, because also me, sometimes I know maybe my girl's an overthinker, or she might, even though obviously I'm doing my thing,
Absolutely.
so me telling her that is just going to make her, maybe could be paranoid when she doesn't need to be, because
hurt her. Or hurt her. So you know your girl, you know what freaks her out, you know what she will take properly. So when you're sharing the information, you need to take care of her feelings. Take care of how that's going to affect her. So the information that I share with you, if say for example the friend keeps hitting on you, okay, absolutely tell her. I've told you I'm married, but you're still coming. Absolutely tell her. But if this is something I one of where you have managed the situation, all right, you need to find out, why am I sharing this information with her? Because am I trying to hurt her? Am I trying to tell her what a big catch I am? What am I doing?
What's it gonna achieve?
What's it gonna achieve?
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're gonna love that one.